Welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. I'm Kim Watkins and I'm your trainer, and today is Tuesday, October 30th. I hope you're doing well and you are safe. We are good and somewhat safe in New York City. It's been quite an interesting day. And we are doing the level 2 workout today, regardless of whether you are in the hurricane or not in the hurricane. Stand up for me and let's march in place to get warmed up. Hopefully you are, doing great. Just going to work today like any other day in New York City where I'm broadcasting. It's not going to be that way. We're closed down completely for the day, but march in place, get your shoulders back, get your chest high, tuck in your tailbone and lift those knees. Swing your arms forward and back and breathe. Definitely breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. You'd be surprised how important it is to just exchange that oxygen for carbon dioxide in every step that you take. So keep it going for another 5 seconds. We're going to do that eye stick where we really stretch up through the rib cage, and let's do that now. So plant your feet right next to each other. Make a tree trunk out of those legs of yours. Squeeze all the muscles. Tuck in your tailbone. Do a Kegel if you're a chick. Stretch your arms up over your head. Your biceps are behind your ears. Press your palms together and just breathe for 30 seconds. Just focus on how great it feels to completely stretch your body out as intensely as possible without, without something like the rack, which is the thing that comes to my mind. Like one of those ancient torture chamber sort of things. You've got a few more seconds, but just really stretch those arms up over your head. Clasp your hands together, press the palms together, connect with your surface on the floor on all four corners of both feet. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now shift your weight to your right leg. Lift your left knee, flex your left foot, kick the foot out. Hands on your hips, or if you're feeling kind of funky and crazy, lift your hands up in front of your face. All right, these are forward kicks. Yesterday we did a march in place, high knee march, and today we're kicking 15 seconds on each leg. And keep that face protected if you're holding your arms up above your, in front of your face. If your hands are down by your sides, keep your back straight, keep your abs engaged. 3 more seconds. And now let's switch legs. Shift your body weight to your left leg. Bring your right knee up and kick the right foot out. 15 seconds here. Very good. Keep breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Again, this is our level 2 workout. If this particular move, makes you a little too winded, then take it back down to that high knee march. You've got 3 seconds. Very good. Okay, now plant your feet shoulder width apart. We're going to do a standard squat today. So you're going to go a little lower than you did yesterday. The squat, the trick with the squat is making sure that your feet are completely straight. Then shift your weight to your heel as you sit down and back. Make sure that your knee doesn't go past the tip of your toe. Exhale, lift up, and lift all the way up. Make sure that your hip flexor is completely straightened up as you lift up. Stand up straight and then go right back down. Take it slow. There's no need to rush. This workout is still just a level 2 workout, and it's Tuesday. At least for us in New York City and the Northeast, where people are coming out of this storm, you're just doing a little bit of something in order to feel good, about getting up and skipping the gym, skipping your trainer, doing whatever you're doing, and feeling great. These squats are so amazing for your glutes, your hamstrings, your hips, your core. Breathe in as you sit down. Breathe out as you lift back up. As you exhale, press your feet into the floor, your heels, squeeze your glutes. 1 more, and we're going down to the floor for the rest of the set here. Good. Okay, now down on the floor. Get yourself into push-up position where your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Your butt is down. Yesterday we did just a standard hand plank, right? A plank on your hands. Today you're going to tap the right hand over to the left, tap that top of your hand, and then tap the left over the right. That's all. Very simple. If you're feeling super crazy and you want to take it up a notch, do that Spider-Man as you tap the other hand, do a push-up, right? So lower your body, bring your knee forward, tap the other hand, and lift back up. It's a little crazy. It's kind of like level 5, but I know I was getting some comments that the level 1 and level 2 workouts weren't hard enough, so I'm just trying to help you make it a little more difficult. But if you're hanging with me on this level 2 sort of scenario where you're just learning the specifics, trying to get yourself ready for the end of the week, which is the concept that we've laid out for you with muscle maintenance workouts. You are just tapping your hands, squeezing your abs. You've got 2 more seconds. All right, flip yourself over. Now, today's reverse plank, which is what we're doing in this move, you're turned over, your hips are high, your hands are again underneath your shoulders, but your chest is sort of facing the ceiling. You're lifting up, and you are pointing your toes so that your body is resting not on your heels, but resting on the balls of your feet. And you're gonna hold this position for 30 seconds, all right? So breathe deeply. Take your time getting into the position. Make sure that your weight distributes between the outside of the foot and the inside of the foot evenly. And make sure that your hands are distributing your weight between the outside, like the pinky area of your foot, or of your hand, to the thumb part of your hand. You've got about 10 seconds left. Breathe deeply. Keep those hips up high. We're going to make some really interesting changes as we proceed through the week. We're going to do some fun stuff with this move. I love this position, as you might have learned last week with the position where you're in the tabletop. Same thing, where you're in this position and your body faces the ceiling. You are sort of just opening up your body to the world. You've got 2 seconds left. Good, now lay down. Put your hands down by your sides. Your feet are straight, your knees are on the floor, your feet are on the floor, your knees are bent. You lift your hips up, lower back down, and lift up. These are dips with the hip bridge. So just like yesterday, you're holding that position up for a second and then just lowering back down, lifting back up. Press those toes into the floor as you lift up each time so that you engage the back of the leg and your glute. Otherwise, you're just using the front, the thigh, and when you press into the floor with the heel, that's already stuff you've been doing so far. So just work with me here. Press into the floor with your toes. Another 2 seconds. Awesome. Okay, now sit up. Now your heels are on the floor, your toes are up, and I want you to do another Russian twist, only this time I want you to really lean back almost down to the floor and touch the floor on both sides for 30 seconds. So great. So wonderful. I hope that you are sort of learning. If you're going through these workouts with me, you are understanding that on Tuesday it's level 2, which means that you can go backwards if you need to sit up a little bit and do yesterday's Russian twist, the sort of simple Russian twist, that's fine. And with each of the moves, we're getting ready to do the second set. Feel free to go back and do the level 1 move if you need to. If you need to go forward, we'll go forward. All you need to do is just learn the specifics of each of these different varieties of the same moves, and that is the point of the muscle maintenance workouts. Take a quick break, stand back up when you can. We're going to start the second set. You're doing great. Okay, we're doing those forward kicks again. Stabilize your weight on your right leg. Kick that left foot out. Lift the knee up, kick the left foot out, and keep it going. These are really fabulous, especially when you really flex that left foot and sort of kick out with the heel. You activate the hamstring and the glute. This workout, this whole series, the week-long series, is based on the hips and your core. So you're going to do a lot of work in terms of all the variations that we're doing today, and the rest of the week are focused on that sort of lower part of your core that is somewhat temperamental, right? So now you're shifting your weight to your left leg. Lift the right knee up, kick the right foot out. Very good. If you can, lift your hands up so that your elbows are sort of heart level, and that just gets your heart rate elevated a little bit because we're not doing any jumping in this workout yet. We will do some jumping later in the week. Jumping is an integral part to all around total body fitness, but you know, this early part of the week component is just really focused on understanding these moves, the simplicity of these moves, and how you can make the most out of them. Even if you don't know that much, you're not that fit, you can still do 10 minutes worth of really efficient work and get a ton out of it in terms of your metabolism and your energy, and feel great. So let's do a squat now. Plant your feet shoulder width apart. Sit down and back. Inhale on your way down. Exhale as you lift all the way back up, shifting your weight to your heels, pressing into the floor and squeezing your glutes. Good. Very good. Keep it going. Another 15 seconds. This is your standard squat, and that it's very important to keep your toes straight. Don't let your toes turn out at an angle. If they are, your heels, or rather, sorry, your thighs are absorbing more body weight than is necessary, than you want. You really want to use the back of the leg and your glute to lift your body back up, which is kind of a major part of what we're trying to teach you here, if this is a lesson in any case. Okay, down on the floor, let's do those hand taps again. You're into the plank position. Your butt is down, and you are tapping your right hand with your left hand, and then tapping your left hand with your right hand. Breathe. Make sure that you are taking your breath in through your nose. You are exhaling through your mouth. You are focusing on the weight between your left leg and your right leg. Most people have a strength on their right side because most people are right-handed, and so they will allow the right leg to absorb a little more pressure than the left. So just focus on that point, you know, just shift a little bit of weight to your left leg. That evens things out a little bit. All right, turn yourself over. Let's do that ballerina reverse plank once more. 2 more moves after this and you'll be on to your day. Probably, if you're in the northeast of the United States, not doing much, as I am not doing much. My business is officially closed, as is my husband's, and my kids' school is closed. So we're sort of hunkered down here in Harlem, New York City, where I live. Okay, now your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your feet are positioned so that your weight is in your heels. Lift those hips up. This is a reverse plank. Press down now into the floor with your toes so that you pretend you're a ballerina. Just pretend like you're Baryshnikov here. And breathe. Just keep the hips up high. We're going to do some really fun stuff with this particular move, especially with the pointed toes. I love it in this particular move because when you point your toes and press into the floor with the balls of your feet, you engage the back of the leg, you engage your glutes and your back, and it's so wonderful. So little of like our functional life gets to use these muscles, and that's why it's so effective at keeping you super strong and boosting your metabolism and making you feel great. Okay, now lie down on the floor. We're gonna put your hands down by your hips and lift up. As you exhale, inhale on your way down. Very good. These are our hip bridge dips. This primarily works the hip flexor muscle, but as I keep repeating, and will be doing so the rest of the week, as you press into the floor with your toes, you engage the back of the leg and your glute and really even out the weight distribution that you sort of associate with each of these moves. So as you exhale, you lift up, you're working the hip flexor because that's the primary mover, but you're also isometrically contracting those back leg muscles and the internal muscles of your legs. So good for you. Excellent. Now sit up for me. One last minute. This is running over a little bit here, but sit up. Let's do that deep, lean Russian twist. 30 seconds. Go ahead. Lean back. Twist to the right. Touch the floor. Twist to the left. As you figure out your rhythm, start moving faster.